What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Halloween movie marathon movie review, where today, Friday the 13th, I've watched the entire trilogy of the Friday the 13th fan films, Never Hike Alone. Guys, this is actually being uploaded on the 14th, super early. Like, this is probably going to be uploaded at like 1:30, 2 a.m., just because there was no sooner I could really do it in. Tonight was the premiere, the 13th was the premiere of Never Hike Alone 2. It came out at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I was able to watch it and then make this video. So today we are going to be talking about the entire trilogy. In 2017, Never Hike Alone came out on YouTube from Womp Stomp Films. This is a fan film of Friday the 13th, and it is incredible. Okay? This is, I believe, the first release on Blu-ray that I got. Fantastic movie. I love it. You open it up, you get a little card there that there were only 1,750 made. I know that there are more copies made, like second and third editions, but this is a first edition. So that's really awesome to have and to own. But then this movie, like I said, came out in 2017. This is completely funded by people that wanted to see this get made. So people like myself would donate, the couple of bucks that they had to help these guys create it. This was through Indiegogo.com that you were able to give them a couple bucks and show your support for a film creator. And that, of course, was Vincent DiSanti, who was the director of this movie. He did a lot of work, and so did everyone else on this movie. But Vincent DiSanti had the idea, and he got to it. He also plays Jason Voorhees in this film and the entire trilogy of the movies. But what else is awesome is we have Drew Leedy, who's a great. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. If it's Leedy or Leedy, if it's like, I don't know. I have no idea. But he plays an incredible character introduced in the 2017 film named Kyle MacLeod, who's like a YouTuber survival, like out in the woods kind of guy, goes on hikes. Really awesome. And it's just a fun time. He's out in the woods, doing his thing, comes across Crystal Lake, talks about the legend that is Jason, and then, of course, runs into the man himself. This, I feel like, was such a fresh breath of air. Now, is the movie perfect? Absolutely not. I love it. I absolutely loved it. But it's not a perfect movie. Little things, you know what I mean? But I have to say, it was such a fresh breath of air back in 2017 because there's been no Jason since 2009. And so even that didn't feel like a Friday the 13th movie. It was, but it didn't feel like the old movies. This one felt like one of the old Friday the 13th movies where here's a new character. Okay, what's the storyline? You know what I mean? And so his story was he was a YouTuber, which is awesome because it's never been done because there was no YouTube back in the day. So it's really cool that they were able to do that and really shows him using the GoPros and all that. It's awesome. And of course there's funny scenes in there. Like he's showing off a shovel, doing a promotion, can't remember the words. It's fantastic. And of course, he and Jason battle it out with him barely escaping Jason. And right at the end, there was this amazing, character comeback, which I'm going to spoil it. So if you've never seen the trilogy, stop watching. Tom Matthews comes back as Tommy Jarvis. If you don't know who Tom Matthews is, I'm shocked you've seen these movies. Tom Matthews is, in my opinion, the best Tommy Jarvis there ever was. He's from Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Fantastic movie. It's my favorite Friday the 13th movie because it's the perfect amount of outrageousness and the storyline just works. It's good. I enjoy the film. So Tom Matthews comes back for the first time in forever, decades, and you see him right at the end. You hear him call him Maggot Head, and they get out of there. He's it's fantastic. And then a couple years later, in 2020, we get a short film called Never Hike in the Snow. Now, this movie, it's a fun time. It's only 30 minutes long, but it is a fun time. And I love this cover art. This is a first edition, I believe, of the Never Hike in the Snow. And I love this because this is Jason right here standing in the snow, and this is just that bloody corpse in the snow. It's fantastic. So what I love about this is this is the first time that we get Jason in the snow. So that's just fantastic. And what I liked about this release on Blu-ray is they threw in some other of their short films. They threw in some good stuff. So some fun bonus features. And of course, this one comes with some pretty cool disc art, which I love, and then, your signatures and your disc count. So I have number 847 of 2500. So that's awesome. And I'm going to be getting one for Never Hike Alone 2, which I'm not sure when I'll be getting it, but I will have the Blu-ray for that one as well. So that's awesome. And that's because, I gave them a couple bucks to show them my support in their making of the movie. And guys, this sequel, Never Hike in the Snow, that came out in 2020, despite it only being 30 minutes, was a fun 30 minutes. So with Never Hike in the Snow, basically it just shows a young high school kid going out into the woods, having some fun, taking photos, and that character's name is Mark Hill. And he ends up being killed by Jason, who again is played by Vincent DiSanti. And it's, just unfortunate that he gets to be the guy killed. Of course, Tommy Jarvis, as played by Tom Matthews, is in this as well. And we also get Vincent Gustafaro, who played Rick Cologne, the deputy in Part 6, way back in the 80s. He comes back, which is awesome, and now he's the sheriff of the town. So he and Tommy Jarvis kind of go back and forth with one another. We also get a new character, Deputy Alan Mabry, who ends up suffering a very similar fate to the young Mark Hill. And, of course, we also see Pamela Voorhees in the franchise for the first time, in the Never Hike franchise. And we also see Mark's mother, Diana, for the first time, and she becomes a character that we see in this new film that came out today, or yesterday by the time this video releases. And it really is a great setup for this third movie. So everything that you need to know going into this third film is Never Hike in the Snow actually takes place before the first movie, Never Hike Alone. So if you were to watch these in timeline order, Never Hike in the Snow goes first, but Never Hike Alone came out first. You know what I mean? It's like the Star Wars, prequel bullcrap, because they came out after the original trilogy. But I don't mind. That's cool. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Over here quoting some country music. But no. Never Hike Alone 2 came out, and we get all these characters to come back. It's fantastic because what I love about this new movie, and if you haven't seen it, stop watching. Go watch it on Womp Stomp Films on YouTube. They're incredible. This movie takes about the first 30 minutes. It shows everything that happens in the first film from 2017, but from the opposite perspective. So it shows you Tommy Jarvis, his perspective through the whole time that Kyle was, going through the woods, and he was, being chased by Jason. It was showing his entire perspective, and it was showing that this new movie was actually taking place after this. So it's just, it works out really well. I really like that they did it that way. I think it really added, it was just a very good addition to the franchise, especially since this is apparently the final one they're doing. So after about the first 30 minutes, we really sink into what's new, because the first 30 minutes was just showing us kind of like the recap of what happened in the first and the first movie and Never Hike in the Snow, which I was fine with. They did it really well. But now we get into Tommy and Kyle arriving at the hospital, and Tommy is being framed for multiple murders after Rick Cologne, the sheriff, discovers dead bodies out in the woods, and they end up all being at the hospital. Rick blames Tommy, and then all of a sudden, Jason shows up at the hospital, which I thought was pretty dope. I thought that was pretty awesome, that he shows up at the hospital and just goes on a spree. It's awesome. We get Rick Cologne, ya bang quotes. It's fantastic. Everything that I expected came, and it was awesome. We got a couple of people survive this hospital scene. Rick Cologne sadly meets his fate. It is an incredible ending, though, for him. A fantastic end for that character. I loved it. So we have Kyle and Tommy and Diana all survive, and what ends up happening is they go back to Crystal Lake to take out Jason, which is wild. Wild. But obviously they all have their own motive. Tommy's been, surviving this forever. Kyle wants, his revenge for what happened to him earlier that day. Diana wants the questions answered about the death of her son. So they all go back and they take this man on. And holy crap, it took me through an emotional just journey, because Tommy Jarvis, I got scared. My man took a beating. I thought they were going to kill Tommy Jarvis off. They didn't. I was so scared that they were going to kill him off, because, he's old, It's no, what is the likelihood that he's ever going to play Tommy Jarvis again? I got worried they were going to kill him off, and they don't. And they, of course, save the day, chop off Jason's head. What I loved about it is they had to destroy the Pamela head, okay? They thought maybe destroying that could destroy Jason. And in doing so, they actually had Jason destroy Pamela's head on accident when he swings the machete at Kyle. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Jason kind of just took her head and it fell to pieces. And then while he was distracted, he had his head cut off by Tommy. And it was awesome. It was everything I had hoped for. Everything that I love about Friday the 13th was this movie. It felt like a Friday the 13th movie. And I'm sorry, but they did everything correct. And they did it on a low budget. They did it on a budget that if they were given a huge budget by New Line Cinema, it could have been a million times better. But I don't know, because this was already good. I feel like if it was done by New Lines, this exact same movie, it wouldn't have been as good. Because these guys, they're fans of the franchise. They know what the people want. New Lines, they have to be, inclusive, and they have to make sure that they appease to everybody. But no, just make a movie that the fans love, the fans of the franchise. Because a lot of the times horror movies, they go for what teenagers today want to see. Because most people that go to movie theaters are teenagers. That's just a statistical fact. And so a lot of movies try to appease what the teenage audience wants to see. And so I feel like it would just ruin the movie. It wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be. And so I'm so glad that Vincent DiSanti was able to, after all this time, work with these incredible people and get this film out there, because it is a work of art, and I am so glad to have seen it all come to, an end. It is fantastic. I hope to see them work on a ton more projects in the future. Womp Stomp Films, please never end. You guys do awesome work, and I, for one, will continue to give you guys the backing that I can give you. You know what I mean? The little bit that I can give you is, I'm willing to. I'm willing to give my money up so that you guys can make awesome stuff. Even if it's not a lot, I'm here. I'm here for it. And I know that there's a lot of people that are out there that are also there for it. And I mean, you've only gotten bigger with these 3 films. And of course they have others like Pathosis, and I can't even think of the other ones they have right now, but Pathosis is another big one that they did. So just go and check them out. Womp Stomp Films. I'll have a link in the description down below. These movies are incredible. Check them out. They are just awesome. They're awesome. Fantastic. I've loved them for years. So yeah, that's really, I've kind of explained everything. This third film ends with, Tommy, defeats Jason. He's happy, he's recovering. Diana is, they find her son's dead body at Crystal Lake, and she can finally start to heal from the heartache that was her missing son. And then Kyle can go and do, what Kyle wants to do, which is no more hiking. He quits YouTube and probably moves to the city where hopefully Jason Voorhees will never find him. But who knows? Maybe he'll take Manhattan again. But yeah, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Check out the Never Hike Alone trilogy. If you watched this and you haven't seen them, you definitely just ruined the entire franchise on yourselves. But I said earlier I was going to start to throw out spoilers, and I threw them. But let me know what you guys think of these movies down in the comment section. Do you like Never Hike Alone? Do you dislike it? Have you never seen them and you're going to go take a look at them now that you've seen today's review? They are awesome movies. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of the Friday the 13th franchise, you're going to like them. And if you don't, I'll be shocked. I will. I really will be. And if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like down below. It lets me know what you guys enjoy to see. And if you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe for more content just like this, I am making a new video every single day of the month through October. And it's little movie reviews for Halloween time. Just like today was the Never Hike Alone trilogy. The 14th of October, I will be reviewing another favorite of mine, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Fantastic movie in my opinion. I love watching them. It's not the greatest movie ever. I'm aware of that. I'm not dumb, but I love it. And I used to watch this when I was little and get terrified because when you're a little kid and you're watching a little kid get attacked by a killer, you're like, oh my God, that could be me. So that's how I felt with this movie. And of course, on Sunday, I'll be reviewing Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which again, he attacks a little kid. So little kid me was terrified. So it's going to be a fun time reviewing these movies. It'll be my first time watching these 2 films in 4K. So that's going to be awesome. So go ahead and subscribe for movie reviews on those films these next couple days. And the entire schedule for the rest of the month will be on the screen now. I'm not sure what else there is after that. I think Psycho is on Monday. And then after that, I have no idea. I have to look. I don't look ahead. I'm not, I'm not smart enough to look at these things before I start recording. I just try and remember, and then I forget, and here we are. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow with the Halloween 4 review.